Got an old PC, but still want to play PUBG and Free Fire without any emulator? Then trust me, this video is made exactly for you. Because today, I'm going to show you Free Fire and PUBG running live, right in front of your eyes. And the best part, all you need is a USB drive and an ISO file. That's it. So without wasting any more time, let's just get straight into it. Before we get into anything, make sure you have two things ready, a pen drive and a free software called Rufus. You'll also need to create a partition on your system beforehand, and that partition needs to be in ext4 format. Now, I've already got mine set up using a partition tool, but honestly, use whatever you're comfortable with. Any tool works fine for this step. Once you've got that sorted, go ahead and plug in your pen drive and fire up Rufus. Now grab that ISO file you downloaded earlier, drag it straight into Rufus, hit the button at the bottom, and just like that, your pen drive starts turning into a bootable drive. Pretty simple so far, right? When that's done, restart your PC and head into the boot menu. On my Dell laptop, that's the F12 key, but depending on your system, it might be something different, so just look it up real quick if you're unsure. From the boot menu, select the right option, and you'll be shown all the partitions currently on your drive. Pick the ext4 partition you created earlier, and make sure you select the Do Not Reformat option. That part is important. After that, any pop-ups that show up, just hit yes and keep moving. The OS will begin installing, and the whole thing wraps up in about 5 to 6 minutes. Once installation finishes, you'll be greeted with a boot menu. And from here, you get to choose. You can either boot into your regular Windows or launch into the new Android OS. Go ahead and pick whichever you want to start with. Now, the first thing you'll see is a setup menu, and this is where you get to customize things a little. You can remove the Play Store, add other services, tweak things to your liking, it's all right there. But here's a tip from me personally. Don't go overboard with the options. The more things you select, the longer installation takes. So I'd say stick with the defaults, hit enter, and let it do its thing. After a short loading screen, boom, your Android OS is fully up and running. And there it is. Now I'm not going to waste your time walking you through the whole interface. You've probably used Android before and you know how it works. So let's skip straight to the part you actually came here for, gaming. To install Free Fire, I've already dropped the download link. You can grab it from my website or just pull it from the Google Play Store or the Aurora App Store, whichever works for you. I've already got both Free Fire and PUBG downloaded, so let me go ahead and install them both right now. Both games are installed. Let's start with Free Fire, open up Keymapper and select Free Fire from the list. Now heads up. The version of Keymapper that comes preloaded is a bit outdated, so you might run into some sensitivity issues. The fix for that is simple. Just replace it with the latest Panda Keymapper. I've actually made a full video on that, so the link is down in the description. Free Fire is launching now, and look at that, absolutely no errors. If you do happen to run into any issues on your end, just clear the game data once or twice and restart. And if it's your very first launch, try running it without Keymapper first, just to rule things out. Okay, I'm in the lobby now. First thing I'm doing is pausing all background resources to free up performance. Then I'll drop the graphics down to low, because smooth gameplay matters way more than pretty visuals here. After that, head into the Settings tab, find the Custom HUD option, and you'll see a button at the top that lets you switch from gamepad to keyboard mode. From there, just drag and drop your keys wherever feels natural to you. Set it up however you like. And as you can see, the game is running beautifully. I'm sitting at around 30 to 45 frames per second, which is honestly more than enough for Free Fire. There are a couple of minor key mapping quirks, but once you swap in Panda Keymapper, those go away completely. Now let's give PUBG a shot. Fair warning, when you launch it for the first time, it's going to pull down some update files, roughly around 1 gigabyte, so give it a few minutes. Also, two things worth mentioning before you dive in. PUBG does have emulator detection, so I'd strongly recommend testing it on a secondary account first, just to stay safe. Here, I'm just logging in as a guest to show you how it performs. And there you have it. PUBG running smoothly enough to actually enjoy. It's not the highest FPS, and you might catch a stutter here and there, but for what this setup is, it holds up really well. So overall, this is a really solid OS and it's absolutely worth trying out. Just keep in mind, if you want to run PUBG, you'll want at least 4 GB of RAM. But if you're working with a low-end PC with only 1 GB of RAM and still want a game, I've got you covered. Check out the video on the left. It's made exactly for that situation. Click on it and I'll catch you there.